Bienvenidos al caso del espantos. So stupid. Oh my god, that's nice Dracula music right there. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. I can't take it off.
You untie it like your shoe.
Yeah, I did that, okay. And now it's a knot, and I can't. What up, bitches? We are back. Segment of scary stories. This one is probably one of the most famous. I always say that every damn time, but it's true. If you know anything about ghost stories in Hispanic culture, you probably have heard of this one. If you haven't heard of this one, sit down, buckle down. We might actually blue tint this shit because it looks scarier, you know, blue tint the video. Who knows? Have some little creepy music in the background. But this next story is a story that was used especially for me to torment me when I was little, because apparently I didn't listen to my parents that much. But anyway, this usually came from my grandma, usually came from my aunt. It didn't really come like through my parents or anything. It's my grandma. It's really my grandma. Like, so yes, if anyone is guessing what we're gonna talk about today, it's probably gonna be in the title of this, already in the title. But today we're gonna be talking about none other than La Llorona. Dear Lord, this legend is probably really like the creepiest, the most eerie. It's pretty out there. So anyway, put on your grab some popcorn and the microphone stuck on my foot. So La Llorona is translated to the weeping woman, because story goes is that she was a very, very beautiful indigenous woman that fell in love with a soldier from Spain, I believe. So they got married, or they got together, or whatever, and they had 2 children, a boy and a girl. And they were happy for a while. And really, this is all the husband's fault. I think I said this story once on my Instagram, like my mini short videos on Instagram. I did it funnier, obviously, but I said it in the way where I said the guy, her so-called husband or her partner, couldn't keep it in his pants and went off and married a bourgeois like woman from like money back in Spain. So he basically broke. I think her name, a lot of people say supposedly that her name is like Maria, like that was her name, but nobody really knows. She was just an indigenous woman. Yeah. But she basically broke her heart, and something snapped. So in order to get back at him and to like hurt him or whatever, because of leaving her, she went down to a lake that was near their home, and she drowned her 2 kids. So it's pretty dark. Nobody knows that. Yes, she drowned her 2 kids, and just basically to like get back at the guy for leaving her and for leaving her for another woman. If I really think about it, this reminds me of Medea. Oh my god, I just had an epiphany. This is like the Hispanic version of Medea. Yeah, so she drowned her 2 kids to get back at her dick of a husband for leaving her for another woman. And surprise, surprise, the guy didn't get any form of punishment or anything really. She's actually the one that got punished, they say, by God. And God was very, very angry with her, and she was destined to roam the lands of Mexico forever, searching for her dead children. Little did she know that her dead children were already up in heaven. So she basically was cursed by God to wander forever, crying for her children and searching for her children that she killed. So this is where the scary part comes in, because none of that is scary. It's just really like traumatic and just like it's really traumatic and like, yeah, this is where the scary part comes in. So from what I heard and from what my dad has told me is that the story originated in a state where my mom's from, actually, a state called Guanajuato, Mexico. And this apparently the story originated from there, and there's a bridge in Guanajuato, Mexico that we passed that basically it's like, oh, this is where they spotted La Llorona for the first time or something like that. And I had the pleasure of going when I was really small. We traveled around Guanajuato a little bit. But this is actually, yeah, where the eerie part comes in. When you're a child, imagine this. When you're a child and you're being really like majadero, like really like naughty, your parents would literally sit you down and tell you this story and tell you at the end of the story, now she's cursed to roam the earth searching for her lost children, and she eats children for that's what she does. She eats children, she steals children away if you come across from her. So that part is pretty like traumatic when you tell a little kid that, like, oh yeah, a lady in all, well, I always imagined her a lady in all black, but people are like, oh, I had always thought that La Llorona was a lady in all white, and I was just like, that's even creepier, because supposedly she's a lady in all white and you can't really see her face, like, yeah. So and then like it gets even worse, because they're just like, when they're telling you the story, she literally, this is what she does. She literally like roams around in like the swamplands or like the forests, that wherever she is around Mexico, and she literally cries, "Ay, mis hijos," which are basically like, "Oh, my children," like she's like.
Todas se cayeron por andar corriendo detrás de ti. ¿Y ahora qué vamos a comer? ¿Y ahora tú?
Like she's like, so a lot of people have like, there's like YouTube videos where a lot of people have captured something like it sounds like a weep, like a weep into, it doesn't really have clear words to it, but you can hear like it's a really loud weeping, and you're just like, oh my god, like what is this? So when I was a child and I went to go to Guanajuato and my dad told me this, like, oh, this is where people saw La Llorona, as a child you're just like, excuse me, I'm not 18 yet, like I'm still a child, I'm still up for kidnapping of this crazy ass like ghost lady, like this is not okay. So I remember that night in the hotel, I was the only one, and for the life of me I could not go to sleep. Everybody else was asleep, and I was like sitting there like, if I swear to God, if I start hearing "Ay mis hijos," I'm gonna like pee my pants. Like, it's not okay. But it's basically like it was one of the most common night like ghost stories that your parents can tell you when you're little. Especially, they make it extra scary when they're mad at you, because they use these type of like, they always use these type of ghost stories to scare you, so you can like behave like next time and like listen to them. So it's pretty traumatizing, but as you get older, you kind of like, this is pretty cool, and this is a pretty cool story, and how people have claimed to still see her to this day. So I honestly, like, touching upon like Mexican culture and like the Mexican lands, I do believe that when you go to Mexico, it has a different feel to it. There's a lot more like, it's a lot more mystical. Like, it has like a mystical air to it, and that's where things like La Llorona comes out, and duendes, and like nahuales, because they're pretty intense and they're pretty creepy. Like, there's just like so many ghost stories, and Mexico is like a really mystical land, so they believe in that kind of stuff. Like, they believe in duendes, they believe in brujas and shamans and nahuales, like they believe in La Llorona. Some people still believe in La Llorona, and it's the little pueblos, like the little like towns that you get like the most meaty like ghost stories, because they're in the middle of nowhere. They have no electricity sometimes. The roads are still dirt. There's like acres and acres and acres and acres of like fields with like just like they used to harvest during the year, and it's pretty creepy. Like it's pretty creepy. So it's a perfect place to go and visit if y'all are like those, you know, crazy like myth finders or whatever. You just want to like try and see like things like Bigfoot and stuff like that. Mexico's a pretty good place to go and look for them, because La Llorona, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a little part of me, there's a little voice that says it's true, and you want to believe it because there's so many stories, and like your grandma and your great grandma and like your uncles are like, yeah, I've seen her, and you don't know whether they're lying or not, so you're just like like, so yeah, that's basically La Llorona, the woman who drowned her kids and was cursed to walk the earth forever, stealing children and crying, "Ay, mis hijos!" Yeah, it's pretty dope. Pretty dope. And so if you ever see her, say hi and say, hey, I survived. And the minute I turned 18, I was like, what, bitch? What now? You gonna try and like take me away? I don't think so. I am no longer a child. So yeah, that's basically my story. Oh my god, I love Halloween, guys, and I'm always gonna love like the ghost stories that I grew up with. Like I have so many for you guys, and trust me, this is just from Mexico. The stories I've read from like other like Latin American countries that I looked up, they're pretty dope. Like crazy, and I'm just like but it like it makes your skin like, it gives you goosebumps, and you're just like but I love it. Anyway, yes, that is it for this ghost story today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There are no links down below today because this is a ghost story. Why would you ever want to look up La Llorona? Don't do that to yourselves. Why would you do that? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this week's informational video. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for sitting there. And it's not that scary. I just like to make comedy and stuff. But if I did tell it the way my parents told it, you would probably be like, yes, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have any other legends that you know and you grew up with in your Hispanic culture that your parents told you. Be sure to leave it down in the description box below. I love reading new content and like new ghost stories. I'm totally into that. And be sure to follow me on my social media like Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And I will see you guys next time on Que Hueva Chicana, Chicana Americana. Out. Bye. Say bye, Jorge. He's my boyfriend.
You have to date the dead now.
Yeah, because no one in the living wants to date me.